Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Maaike. Today I have a slightly different video for you than my usual makeup-y fare. We are going to be talking skincare. My most repurchased, tried and true skincare products is what we will be chatting about today. Now, I'm not someone who is a skincare expert. I'm just a regular consumer who's tried some skincare throughout the years. And my skin type, in case you don't know, is dry to dehydrated, normal skin, but it's also very sensitive. And I find that a lot of the recommendations that I hear a lot of people give on social media are very much aimed at people with, I don't know, different skin concerns than the ones I deal with, for sure. So I wanted to come on here and do this video to talk to you about what works for me, and when I say most repurchased, some of these products have been in my routine in one way, shape, or form for nearly a decade. So I know these products like the back of my hand, even though I'm not a chemist. I don't know anything about formulations. I'm not an ingredient expert, so I'm pretty sure that once we really start scrutinizing some of these ingredient lists, maybe they are technically not the best, but for me, they work really well, and I just wanted to talk about them, chat about them. So first I'm going to talk to you about my 10 tried and true repurchase after repurchase after repurchase. And then I'm going to talk to you about 5 products that I feel could hit that status, that are more recent finds, that are by very different brands, and then we'll get to that. So before we get to the actual products, I do want to preface this video by saying something a little bit about my skincare history. I was that person who already in their early 20s wanted to try using skincare because my skin was dry and it would go sore quite easily. Especially in the wintertime, my skin would just feel so taut that I just needed something. And everything I tried would either sit in my skin and it wouldn't be absorbed, it would break me out, I would get rashes, I would get all these bumps along my jawline, for instance. It made my skin go very red. There were all these things that whenever I put skincare on, my skin would react instantly, which very much put me off trying a lot of skincare when I was in my early 20s. I also didn't have the budget to really invest in skincare when I was a student. So it was definitely one of those things I had a jar of moisturizer and I used it occasionally, but I didn't know what I was doing. We didn't have things like social media with lots of information and affordable skincare brands with active ingredients. It just wasn't there. So I was just kind of using what they would recommend in a store, and nothing ever really truly worked until I found the aloe vera line at the Body Shop. So the Body Shop was my breakthrough. All of a sudden I had products that didn't freak out my skin, that did something for my skin in terms of cleansing and moisturizing. However, after trying a lot of their products for a while, I just felt that the Body Shop's moisturizers weren't that great. So I started to venture out of the Body Shop products and trying other things because I felt there were a couple of gaps in their lines that just didn't really work for me. So you will be seeing a lot of the Body Shop here because those are my tried and true, long-standing favorites, and that I would recommend, because these are the kind of products that also, if I'm using products and my skin sensitivity goes through the roof again, these are the products I know I can fall back on to help me get my skin back to the condition it's in. I've now been trying out skincare for quite a few years now. I do really like trying out skincare, but because my skin is so sensitive, I try to be very careful with how often I switch up products, and that I don't freak it out too much, because I just know from experience that if I use too many products that are different at the same time, my skin can get very sensitive, and that's just not what I want. So I tend to use up a product completely before I review it, and those reviews always go up on my blog. I don't really talk about skincare a lot on this channel because I don't know, it just visually it just doesn't work for me. So yeah, skincare reviews go live on Fridays on my blog. when I can do them. Sometimes I'll have like weeks after week after week where I've used up a product and I can write my review. But sometimes it's also crickets because I'm in the midst of using something up. That's just taking a little bit longer for me to use up. But yeah, my skincare philosophy is to use up something completely before I make up my mind, because I have used products in the past that perhaps didn't do much at first, but then after using them for a full 2 to 3 month cycle that the bottle lasts me for, it would work a lot better. But I've also had the reverse, where something started off working really well for me, and then towards the end of its lifetime, the product just really didn't do much for me anymore. I've even ran into the occasion where a product initially worked for me and didn't give me any sort of sensitivities or allergic reactions. But then after a while of using it, I started to develop some sort of sensitivity to the product. So for me, I find it very important that I really try skincare, and that just on social media, it just doesn't work because the turnover rate of videos and also Instagram posts is incredibly fast. So that's why I don't talk about this stuff too much, but I was like, if I talk about my tried and true, then I know we can make it work. This is definitely a tried and true. I think the review for this product is the first ever review I wrote on my blog. I think back in 2011 or 2012, something like that. Like, this is a long-standing favorite, and this is Angels on Bare Skin by Lush. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like Lush's skincare because of the essential oils that are in it. The Angels on Bare Skin one is the most gentle one of their scrubby-like cleansers. I don't use this every single day. I only ever use this if I if I just feel like my skin needs to pick me up when I'm in the shower. Because this is a very messy cleanser. Let me see if I can show you what it looks like. Mine is like halfway gone, but it's just like this clay thing, and it's got almond pieces in it. Not almond shell pieces, but actually pieces of the nut that are the scrubby particles that you get in this product. They do one for Christmas usually. I'm not sure if they did it this year because I didn't really go into a Lush store because of lockdown, but they usually do one called Bouche de Noël, which is even richer than this. It's thicker, it's got a more milky texture. You just put this in your hand, add some water, rub it together, and it becomes this paste that you can rub all over your face. I found that once I started using this product, that my blackheads cleared up instantly. Like I said, I don't use this every single day, just maybe once or twice a week, whenever I feel like it. And I feel that it really helps with sort of that. Also a cleanser. You knew we were going to mention the Body Shop because I just mentioned it in my intro, but the Aloe Calming Foaming Face Wash is one of my all-time favorite cleansers. And this used to be one that I would just use at my sink, but I feel it's just, I mean, this is like one of those cleansers that's okay as like a second cleanse, just to get everything, like, but not, this is not going to get makeup off at all. This is not going to be good enough for that. But I, again, really like this if I take a shower in the morning and I just need a quick cleanse. I know a lot of people will tell me that you can't cleanse your skin in the shower because of the damp, like the steam opens your pores too much. I've been doing this for years and it works well. I've tried many other cleansers. This sort of popped in and out, and I had a lot of these like minis, like the Philosophy one, and I had one by Ole Henriksen, and I had the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. Like I've tried so many cleansers in the past couple of years that I use in my shower, and this is, nothing beats this. Nothing beats this. It is a pump that when you pump this product out, it starts to foam, but not because it has foaming agents in the actual product. It's how it goes through the pump that makes it foam up. It's incredibly gentle. This is also a line of skincare that was recommended by a Dutch dermatologist like years ago, back when I was really into reading Dutch beauty blogs. Yes, what's her name again? Jetske Ulte, I think. She also started her own skincare line at some point. And a lot of bloggers were raving about it, and she recommended the aloe vera face wash and the toner for people with really sensitive skin, because this is exact, like it really has nothing to it. And this was, when I found this product and the toner, I was very happy. I also bet way back in the day, I used to use that cleansing milk that they also do in this line to take off makeup, and that works really well too. But I just felt I was going through too many cotton pads with something like that, so I've been trying very many different cleansers for taking off a full face of makeup. But that one's going to show up in the honorable mention. I can tell you that. But yeah, the Calming toner from their Aloe Vera line is really lovely too. I kind of use this as like a last step in my cleansing routine sometimes. So I will have already cleansed my face, and then I put this on a cotton pad and just like tap it on. And I also really like this in the morning to just, you know, give my skin a nice little spruce up before I go in with skincare. That's how this works for me as well. And yeah, this has been, again, this is the kind of product that I repurchase time and time again. If I go through a bottle, I instantly buy a new one, and then at some point I know I will get to it, back to it, and I will just use one up again. So yeah, if you have very sensitive skin, you don't know where to start, look into the Aloe Vera line from the Body Shop, because they do some really nice things. I don't have the product with me right now, but I mentioned the Body Shop not having the best moisturizers. This was the case for a very long time, and I'm not sure if they're still doing it because I haven't purchased this product in a while. As I mentioned, I'm not the biggest fan of the Body Shop's moisturizers, but it comes in a squeezy tube. It's from the Aloe Vera line, and it's, I believe, called their Daily Moisturizing Lotion, I think. It's got an SPF of 15. And that is a moisturizer by the Body Shop that I do very much enjoy. So if you do have very sensitive skin, then I can recommend that as well. However, their regular daytime and night, like day cream and night cream that they do in this line, I didn't like it very much. It just didn't do enough for my skin. My skin needs a lot more moisture and hydration than what those moisturizers have to offer. But we're not talking we're not talking moisturizers just yet. We're still talking cleansers, because I do need to give this a shout out. The Garnier Micellar Water, and this is the one for dry and sensitive skin. If you put this next to the original, this cap will be a darker shade of pink than the original. However, I have to say that when it comes to micellar water, my favorite is the Bioderma H2O Sensibio, I believe it's called. It's the one in the blue bottle, like the blue cap bottle by Bioderma. That I like even better than this. However, the Bioderma one is a little bit more difficult to get here because Bioderma is not readily available in the Netherlands. You can only get it online. So yeah, I tend to just buy this from my drugstore very often in like buy one, get one free deals. And again, Garnier Micellar Water. I can't even count how many of these I went through. However, I have currently updated my cleansing routine quite a bit. So I'm currently not really using my micellar waters as much as I used to. As I mentioned, like the toner, I like to use a micellar water in the morning for just like a quick like spruce me up. But that's about it. I know there's some people who don't even like to cleanse their face in the mornings. I just like to do something, but I have found a really nice cleanser from the Body Shop actually that I am currently in the midst of using up. So I'm still a little bit on the fence to really talk about it, but I will review it up on my blog by the time it runs out. But yeah, I've been really loving that as like a morning cleanse. And so I think that may have replaced something like this, but I will always have this on hand because again, if I'm in a pinch, like if I just need a really quick cleanse, then Garnier Micellar Waters is where it's at. I also really like their Bi-Phase one with the oil and the micellar water there as well. That's actually really good at just taking off makeup too, because it is that oil infused thing, so you can just very easily use a cotton pad and take off your makeup that way. So that's another one that I like. I've mentioned moisturizer several times already, so I know I need to mention this. My, quite possibly, all-time favorite moisturizer is this. This is the La Roche-Posay Hydra Face Intense UV Riche 24-hour rehydrating fill-in care with SPF 20 protection. Normal to dry, sensitive skin. That's what it's for. Let me show you the bottle. Again, this is one I always have on hand. I just have one. It comes in an airless pump. So very nice and clean. Very often moisturizers come in jars, which I'm not a fan of. But yeah, this is, it apparently has hyaluronic acid in it. And of course the La Roche-Posay water. Again, I have no clue about the formulation, but when I found this comes in different formulations. I go for the UV Riche. Intense UV Riche. I believe this is the thickest one that they do. This also comes without the SPF in case you don't want that. And I think they also have like a light version of this. But since I can use all the hydration I can get, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is the moisturizer that La Roche-Posay recommends for people with dehydrated skin. So if you're looking for a moisturizer that hydrates more so than nourishes, then this is really good. And again, this is like my 4th or 5th bottle of this. I've gone through a lot of these. And then a product that I'm super happy with that it's back because it was discontinued for a while, but it's the Body Shop Vitamin C Energizing Face Mist. I have used this face mist for years, absolutely years. At first I was just using it to sort of like spruce up my face throughout the day. Like on hot summer's days, I would just like put this in a bag and it would just be very pleasant on my face. But to really make it part of a skincare routine, it's only something I started doing more recently. And I've tried several other face mists, also by The Body Shop. I've used skin essences. I've used a couple of different things that can do what this does, but this is simply my favorite. I only really use a product like this in the morning. I really like to cleanse my skin and then put this on. And I don't know why. I just really like how this just feels like a drink of water for my face, and because of the vitamin C and it has a very orangey, zesty kind of scent, it's that instant like boom, I'm awake kind of moment, and I really enjoy that about this. So yeah, this is I think, did I use it up last year? I'm not sure, but I already went to 2 of these, maybe 3. But yeah, this is my 3rd or 4th bottle of this, so again, long-standing favorite. And then finally, another skincare product from The Body Shop is the Vitamin E Overnight Serum and Oil. And this is the product that got me into using serums and face oils. Before discovering this, I kind of just did cleanse, moisturize, and that was about it. It was very, very uncomplicated, but then I tried this and I was like, oh wait, this, especially in the winter time, just really worked very well for me. This is a like moisturizer. It's like a hydrating oil, you could say. I keep it with my face oils more so than my serums, you could say. But yeah, this is the product that really sort of got me into trying those kind of things, and especially with brands like The Ordinary, Good Molecules, the Inkey List, like these more affordable brands doing serums and oils and doing all that. Because face oils can get expensive, but this is quite affordable for what it does. And again, 3rd or 4th bottle. I feel that if I use this, it really makes my skin really nice and soft, and like, you know, that very soft texture, it really gives that. And this brand also, or this product also made me try other things from the Vitamin E line. So in the summertime, I really like their overnight sleeping mask from this line. I struggle a lot with using good skincare in the summertime when it gets really hot, but that one hydrates really nicely and you can just like slather it on and it will work. So very happy with that. But I also really like their Vitamin E eye cream. I know you don't necessarily need a designated eye cream. However, one of my main skin concerns is because my skin is so dehydrated. I have all these like white bumps. They're called milia. They look like whiteheads, only you can't pop them. The only way to pop them is if you break open the skin and then a little hard grainy nodule will come out. And I have found that using like good exfoliants and using things like good eye creams really help with combating those milia. So they very often appear around your eyes. On camera you can never really see them very well, but in real life it just makes my cheeks very textured, and highlighter can then really sit on top of it, and around my eyes it's just a bit annoying. So I find using eye creams very important so that I can actually combat these these milia. If I stop using eye creams, they come back like this. I keep using an eye cream and they don't appear around my eyes, so I need something there. And this eye cream is really nice and basic. It is my morning time eye cream because I feel it sits really well under makeup. So this is the kind of thing that just hydrates your eyelids and you're out the door, like you're good to go. But then if that is my like daytime one, then I also have a nighttime one. The Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. Again, a lot of people say this doesn't really do much, but I really like it. Again, it really keeps those milia at bay. It makes my under eye area less like crepey looking, you could say. And I do really like this at night because it is a very rich, creamy texture that I find doesn't sit well under makeup, and I really like to slather this on. So yeah, this is a really lovely eye cream as well. And this little combo has made it through different renditions. Like, I will try a lot of moisturizers, which is why there aren't any more moisturizers in this video, because apart from that one, and maybe that aloe vera one, but I haven't used that one in years, I've really been trying a lot of different moisturizers lately. So honorable mentions, some of these I think I've used all of these up at least once, save for one product, but I am loving this product so much that I know I need to tell you about it because I know some people are going to be very curious about it. I already put it in a video. I think I've been using it for about 6 weeks now. And it's this one. This is the La Roche-Posay Anthelios XL Non-Perfumed Dry Touch Gel Cream for sensitive and sun-intolerant skin, 50+ SPF. And this is a very sort of matte, very thin sunscreen. And I mentioned in my beauty empties that I did at the start of the year that you didn't really see any SPF in there because I tend to not go through a bottle of SPF before it stops working, because I had not found an SPF, like I mentioned at the start of the video, that didn't break me out, that didn't sit weirdly on the skin, that didn't mess with my makeup, until I found this. So yeah, I have already been able to put it to the test also for its SPF factor, and it works really, really well, also just as an SPF when you're not wearing too much. But it also sits really well under makeup. I'm super impressed with this product. Super impressed. I have finally found an SPF that doesn't break me out, that doesn't feel greasy, that doesn't leave a white cast, and it sits well under makeup. It said on the website it would go well under makeup, so that's why I purchased this one and started using it first. We'll first talk about The Ordinary as well. I would like to mention their Buffet Multi-Technology Peptide Serum. This is a new purchase for me, as in I just got this, which is why I still have the box, but I went through one of these completely. I've also gone through a full size of the Good Molecules, the Super Peptide Serum, and I'm about to start using the Makeup Revolution Peptide Serum. A peptide serum is something that I love using in the morning. I believe you can use this morning and night, doesn't it? No, wait, directions. Oh yeah, AM and PM. But yeah, this is a lovely serum. If you really want that hydration, if you want that bounce to your skin, then a peptide serum is one that I love. As I mentioned, I now just have this one because the Good Molecules one was out of stock, so I don't have that. But yeah, I did repurchase this because I did try this and I really liked it. So that's why I do recommend this particular peptide serum, even though I think I like the Good Molecules one just a touch better. And then another like instant hit for me was the Vitamin C Suspension 23% and HA Spheres 2% by The Ordinary. It looks like this when you take it out of the box. It comes in a tube and it is a very weird texture. It has this grainy like powder that's put in this emulsion, and it's a vitamin C, and in like the minute I started using this, I started to see my milia going down. It was a whole thing last winter. Like, I used this a lot in December and January. I did go through it quite quickly, but I did really like it that much that I did repurchase it straight away before that bottle had even run out, because it was like, I can use this all the time. So that's why this one definitely needs a mention here. And in a very similar vein is the Good Molecules Discoloration Correcting Serum. I finally got my Good Molecules order in from Beautylish. I'm not sure what had happened. They seem to have misplaced my original package. They had already sent me a replacement, and then both packages arrived a day after another. It was crazy. And this discoloration correcting serum, I tried again also last winter, and I loved it instantly. It really calmed down my sensitive skin, and it's probably because of the niacinamide that this has in. And this is not a full-on just niacinamide, but it has some other ingredients. Let me see. To target hyperpigmentation, promote an even skin tone. And yeah, it worked really well. It felt very pleasant on the skin. It was quite hydrating too, so I really loved what this did. So that's why I knew I had to repurchase that. I now have another one on backup, so I need to start using this at some point, I guess. And then last but not least, because of that order with Beautylish going wrong, I now have 4 of these in backup, and I don't mind it one bit, because my favorite cleanser when it comes to taking off makeup, the Instant Cleansing Balm by Good Molecules. What I love about it, they've changed the tub, because when my original one came in a plastic tub and this is metal, I don't know. But what I love about this is that it comes with a little spatula, and 1 scoop of the little spatula is exactly enough for cleansing your entire face. Even though you only get 75 grams of product in here, I feel it therefore does last a long time. I'm currently using the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, and I need to use so much for it to effectively remove my makeup. I was just going in with like a small amount like I do with the Good Molecules, and it just wasn't as effective, I feel. This is the product that converted me to using cleansing balms for cleansing my face. I tried several ones in the past, didn't like them, always struggled with like finding a really good cleanser, and now I finally have one that I absolutely love. So that's why I am going to definitely get a lot of use out of those 4 cleansing balms, that's for sure, because we need to make sure this skin is cleansed. Yeah. So yeah, those were my honorable mentions in this video today. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in a comment down below what your favorite skincare products are. Like I said, these are the things that work for me. I cannot be sure whether these will work for you. Skincare is very personal, I have found, through trial and error. And I know that raving about skincare is not necessarily always the best for what is going to work for you. What works for me doesn't have to work for you. Unlike with makeup, I feel like very often it can be down to your technique, but with skincare, it just has to work with your body chemistry as well. These are the things that work for me. So that's all I have to say here. So thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make 3 new videos a week, mainly about makeup, a little bit of fashion. So I hope you would like to stay tuned. Bye bye.